In this session, we will continue the legacy of organic name reaction series. Okay, so and now today we will discuss about Bockel-Heat reaction, that is also an organic name reaction just like others. Okay, Bockel-Heat is just a name of the scientist. Okay, so don't be panic about the names. Okay, so and now you are seeing on the screen this is the overview of this reaction. This is a general scheme of this reaction. Okay, so this is our substrate, right? This is our substrate, this is a substrate, and you can say the name by the name of the substrate. You can say 2-methylpyridine, 2-methylpyridine N oxide. Okay, pyridine N oxide, right? N oxide. Okay, so this we have taken here substrate that is called 2-methylpyridine N oxide, and this is our reagent that we have taken here is a TFAA, and TFAA means trifluoroacetic anhydride. Trifluoroacetic anhydride. Okay, anhydride. And now you got a product that is also, you can say 2-hydroxy methylpyridine. Okay, so this is our general scheme of the reaction that you are seeing now on the screen. Okay, so now let's go to the mechanism, how this reaction happens, what is the mechanism of the step by step in detail. Okay, so now let's go toward the mechanism. Let me clear all this. So we have a substrate. This is our substrate. Here is a O minus, and here we have a methyl, and now we have a reagent that is trifluoroacetic anhydride. So it means CF3 double bond O, and here O double bond O, and here we have CF3, right? So what happened, and on this nitrogen there will be positive charge. Okay, so what happened, this O minus is working as a nucleophile. Okay, this O minus is working as a nucleophile because it is electron density and have a negative charge on the oxygen. It have electron density, so that's why this O minus will act as a nucleophile. And because in this system, in this reaction, we have a reagent here trifluoroacetic anhydride, and because due to this carbon, wait, let me change the color of the pencil. Because due to this carbon and this oxygen, due to this carbon and this oxygen, electronegativity difference between this carbon and this oxygen, so that's why this carbon center is working as an electrophilic center. Okay, so here is a delta positive charge on this carbon, and here is a delta minus charge will be polarized on this carbonyl system. Okay, and so that's why this carbon is acting as an electrophilic center. It means it is an electron deficient position. And you also know that in the organic chemistry, the reaction happens between the electron rich species to electron deficient position. Okay, so that's why what happened in the next step. In the next step, what happened? Let me show you. Here is a N, here is a methyl, here is a positive charge here, we have here O minus, and now we have a trifluoroacetic anhydride that is working as an electrophile. Okay, and here we have a CF3. So what happened? This O minus will attack on this electrophilic center here, and then this double bond oxygen, then this pi bond will get shifted on this oxygen as a negative charge. Okay, so because in this compound we have a living group also. In this compound we have this group is a living group. Okay, so that's why what happened, because if the double bond, if this pi bond will get shifted on this oxygen as a negative charge, so this oxygen negative charge want to get a comeback again, okay, and when it come back, when the negative charge will get come back, so we have to show the double arrow here, and then this leaving group will be leave, okay. And so what we got something like this, okay. We get, here is the methyl, here is the positive charge, here is the O, here we have a double bond O, here we have a CF3, right. Here is a methyl, here with the, this is the 3H here, right, okay. So now we have got something like this in this step. After this attack and this leaving group will be leave, okay. So what happened now, you have to see clearly here, because this compound is a charged species, charged species, okay, charged species, and that is unstable, okay, that is unstable, because in this molecule we have a positive charge on this nitrogen, so we have to make the stable here, so we have to make a stable to this compound. So how can we make a stable to this compound, okay. So what happened, this leaving group that has leave, this leaving group will work as a base, this leaving group CF3, that is O minus, will work as a base, and it will take proton from this carbon, this CH3, and then this bond will shift as a double bond here, and then this double bond will get shift on the nitrogen, okay. And then you get something like this, then you get a molecule that is a neutral molecule now after this acid base reaction, okay. Now you have got something like this. Let me show you from different color. This molecule you have got now, okay. Now this molecule is uncharged means no charge in this molecule, no positive or negative charge on this molecule, so that's why it is a stable now, okay. It is a stable now from before, okay. So what happened, this is a, so because in the third step, this is our first step, this is our second step, because in the second step we have a positive charge in this molecule, so that's why this whole species is unstable, and that's why to make an uncharged species, so the leaving group that is leave, that was leave, and now this leaving group is working as a base, will take proton from this CH3, and then the double bond shift here, and then after that this double bond will get shift on the nitrogen, and then we got a neutral molecule, this one, okay. So after that what will happen now, okay, let me show you, right. So you can observe one more thing, that this molecule has lost their aromaticity, okay, lost aromaticity. Now this molecule is lost aromaticity, and so that's why we have to restore the aromaticity of this molecule. So what can we do, right? So that's why to restore the aromaticity of this molecule, we have in the molecule something gonna happen. What happened in the molecule? To restore the aromaticity, the rearrangement will be happen, and that rearrangement is called 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement. 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement, okay, 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement, that is happen to restore the aromaticity, okay. So how can this happen, how this happen, let me show you, okay, wait. let me show you. Okay, okay, fine. So what happened, we have to now do rearrangement. So we have compound something like this. Here is a double bond, and here we have oxygen, that is double bond. Here is a CF3, right? And yes, so what happened, here is a 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement happening. 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement will happen. So first of all, we have to give a numbering here, 1, 2, 3, and here is also 1, 2, 3 position. Okay, so here is a 1, 2, 3, and here is also a 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I think you all know this this 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement. Okay, I will not tell you how to do numbering to do this rearrangement. Okay, I will just show you what is the mechanism of this rearrangement. Okay, so first of all, we have to do a numbering here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3,3 means 3,3 sigma tropic means 3,3 bond will get joined, and the 1,1 bond will get break. Okay, you can understand by this. Okay, so what happened, this bond will get joined by this 3 position, and then this double bond will get shift on this, and then this bond will get break. This 1,1 bond will get break and shift on this position. Now you will get something. Now you get, after this rearrangement, you will get something like this. Now this molecule will be gonna aromatic. Now the molecule has restored their aromaticity after this rearrangement. Okay, here something like this, double bond O, here is a CF3, right? Now you can see clearly this molecule is now restored its aromaticity, right, after this 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement. And what happened after? Next, just do the hydrolysis. Just do the hydrolysis. Means hydrolysis means add the H2O, right? Just add the H2O. So what happened, when you add the H2O, the ester will be grouped into change into alcohol. How this happen? Sorry, it's not a ester. Okay, this H2O will attack on this electrophilic center carbonyl. This bond will get shift, and after the negative charge shift on the oxygen, and that negative charge will want to get a comeback again, because there is a living group present in this molecule, and so it's a living group, that's why it will leave, right? And then the O negative charge will be formation here, right? So it will form something like this. Wait, this is pyridine and this is O minus. Just do the workup here. Just do the workup. You will get this compound, and this is our final product. Okay, this is our final product. This is our final product, right? So this is the whole reaction, Bocle-Head reaction. I have told you very clearly, a step by step detailed mechanism, how this reaction happened, how this 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement happened, and why this happened. What is the need of this rearrangement here? Because the molecule has lost their aromaticity. To gain the aromaticity, to restore the aromaticity, the molecule undergo some rearrangement, and that rearrangement is called 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement. And after that, the molecule has restored the aromaticity, and then we have done the hydrolysis here, and then it will convert into this final product, that is also called 2-hydroxy methylpyridine. Okay, So this is our final product in this reaction of this Bocle-Head reaction, right? I hope you will all clearly understand crystal and clear concept, right? And if you have understand this reaction very clearly, very crystal and clear, then you must have to be subscribe this channel, like, share and subscribe this channel. Okay, so तब तक के लिए टाटा बाय बाय, सी यू सून इन द नेक्स्ट एपिसोड series of organic name reaction series, and thank you for watching my video.